a stone maybe lying out in your yard, or maybe you have some in the house. I collect stones every now and again if I see any ones that I find interesting. The one that I'm going to use now is just it's a white stone. Doesn't have to be that color. It can be any color you want. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to heat the stone up, and then so we're going to put it in the oven for a while. We're going to bring it out after around about 15 minutes. We're going to put it on a baking tray in front of us, and we're going to add color to it. And let me show you what you need to do for that to work. I'm going to give you a couple of wee examples here as well, first of all. So if you have a look at this one, this is one of the ones that I done earlier. Okay, so hopefully you can see the color in that with a bit of luck. Let's try and get it focused. Yeah. Here is another one that I done earlier. So this one's very kind of psychedelic. You can see all the different colors there. Basically what it is, this is candle wax. So we're actually melting wax onto this hot stone. Now, do not try this yourself if you're not able to do it, because you can very, very badly burn yourself. So I'm going to show you some of the things that you need to do, and I'm also going to just readjust the camera to the stone so you can see it, and you can see me actually doing this as well. So if you want to do this at home, have a wee look at the instructions that I have up here now. 1 second. Okay, so basically what you need is a stone from the garden. Maybe lift a few, get a few different shapes and sizes, see which one works best. An oven to heat the stone up in, so you need to put it in the oven for around about 15 minutes at 180 degrees. You also need a baking tray for the stones to go into the oven with, and then you also need a baking tray or some heat-proof surface to place the stone in once you take it out of the oven to work off. And then you also need a set of crayons. It can be any crayons at all that you have kicking about the house. The ones I have are listed there. Optionally, you could have some baking paper as well, and I'll show you what that's for now in a wee second. Okay, so let's go back now to our video so you can see exactly what I'm looking at here. And just bear with me 1 wee second. I just want to double check to make sure that I'm using the right microphone so you can hear me correctly, and I am. Good. Okay, so this is a stone. I lifted this from the yard earlier on. Now this is really warm, so I cannot touch this under any circumstances. Again, if if you need help to do this, ask for help. If you're not sure, ask for help. Please do not do this by yourself, because you can very badly injure yourself and burn yourself. So please do not do this by yourself. So what I'm going to use next is some crayons. I'm just going to sit the crayons in here a little bit, making sure it doesn't touch the stone. Basically, because I want you to see what our color options are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with a nice white color. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply a wee bit of pressure here to the stone and just move this around a wee bit. And I don't know if you can see that, but you'll see it now in a wee second once I apply some other colors. So the crayon is actually melting with the heat of the stone. Okay, so you can see that now, that's melted quite a bit. There you go. So the next thing now is I'm going to get a contrast in color. So like maybe blue or something like that would work very well, because blue is a darker color. So if I start running this around here now, you'll see this starting to move around the stone quite a bit. You'll see it kind of moving off the sides and whatnot. Okay, very cool. Zoom in here a wee bit so you can see it. Yeah, very, very cool. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to bring this camera down a wee bit so you can see it even more. You can bear with me. That should help. So hopefully you can see that in a wee bit more detail now. And so next up, let's go for spoiled for choice here. This is a really nice color. Get this in as well. And I'm just moving it up the whole way around the rock. And I'm going to contrast this with a bit of yellow. And if you know what colors make other colors as well, you'll be very good at this. So just keep that in mind, I'm going to get a lot of yellow in there. I'm going to go back then maybe to some pink. I think pink would be pretty cool. Making sure that I don't touch the plastic of this. Okay. Wow. Look at that. That is pretty cool. Okay. Wonderful. I'm going to go some white again, just to get some white coming through there. White makes the other colors pop out quite a lot, I find anyway. So let's go for some I don't know what to go for. I have too many options. Maybe go, this is a nice color. Let's get some of this in. And I'm kind of making sure it goes around all the other sides as well, because I might want to color that, you know, basically cover this whole thing. I'm not sure yet. See how I get on. Beautiful. I'm going to get some more yellow in there now. I think that'll work really well. So the more of these you do, the more colors that you'll know that work well together, and you'll know to go back to those in the next few times you do it. And I'm just experimenting here, to be totally honest. You know, I'm not too sure what way this will turn out. I know it'll be nice with a bit of luck, but you know, it's completely open to how the stone is shaped. It's open to what colors that you use as well. You know, it's open to lots of different things. But I'm really excited about this one. And it's kind of weird as well that I'm using a white stone. You don't get too many white stones about. I'm not even too sure where I got that stone from. I might have got it from the beach or something like that. Not too sure. But look at that. Isn't that really, really cool? I could just sit and do this all day. It's beautiful. You can see all the different shadows here now as well, casting on it. And I'm going to get another few colors in there. I really like how this one looks. So I'm going to get this back in again as well. Beautiful. You can just see all of that just running down the stone there now. Lovely. Mix it up a wee bit. Maybe get some more blue in there again. Blue's really nice too. And as I say, basically what's happening here is that that stone is really hot and it's melting the crayons, and that's how this is working. So you might be wondering, well, how much force do you apply to it? Not too much, but if you apply lots of force, you get a different result. So I think, you know, circles work quite well, or if you have a line you can follow, you can do that too, and you get some nice colors and nice shapes. And it's really cool when the colors start to mix together, and that's really where the white comes in. The white does all of that for you. Once you start putting a wee bit of white in there, you can see all the colors starting to mix and blend together. I think it's pretty cool. So what do you think so far? Hopefully you like that. Okay, so I'm going to use a color that I haven't used yet, I think. It's just a lighter blue. I'm going to get some of that in there as well. Mix that up a wee bit. And I want to make sure that it doesn't all look the same, you know. So if you use a dark color and maybe use a light color afterwards, and you get a nice contrast then as well. So you see me using white quite a lot, and that's to get that contrast. Let's go some orange into that as well. It's more like a light pink, that one actually, which is equally as cool. Very nice. And you won't really see that, you know, you won't see the end result until this is dried, and then it'll really start popping as well. Let's go a bit of green. A bit of green up here would be nice. A bit of green down there would be nice as well. Alright. Lovely. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. I'm going to just pop off those candles and give you a bit of a guided tour of it. And hopefully you can start to see some of those different colors and shapes. For those who have done marbling before, it's very, very similar to that, I think. There's a lot of shadows here, so you might find it hard to see that. But what I'll do is I'll post up a wee picture of it as well, just so you can see it. But this is a stone from the garden. What I've done is I took it in and cleaned it, and then I put it in the oven, just on a baking tray, and baked it for 15 minutes. And then I was very, very careful to put the colours via crayons onto it, and this is the way it showed up. This is the way it turned out. And each time you do this, it's actually different as well. You know, see, the next time you do this, I can guarantee you'll not get the same effect. You'll probably get a completely different effect because you've just used a couple of different colors and a few different sequences or whatever. You know, and that's the lovely thing about it. There's no right and wrong way of doing this, by the way. If you do it and it looks good at the end and you've had fun, well, success as far as I'm concerned. Even if you think it doesn't look good at the end, as long as you've had fun, that's all that matters, really, isn't it? So I'm literally covering this whole stone. I think I'm getting a wee bit carried away, but sure, that's part of it as well. It's a wee bit hypnotic. Once you get into this stuff, you can sit and do it all day. So I think I'm going to finalise this now just with a wee bit of white coming through there. And I'm just applying a wee bit more pressure to that. And I'm going to just get that dripping down in through the other colours. Like so. Yeah, I think that's really, really cool. So let me try and get that back in focus again. So have a look at that for a stone. It looks a lot nicer now than what it did. And yeah, so if you enjoyed that, you know, you can try and do another stone as well, and I can almost guarantee you that basically every stone that you do will be different, and that's a beautiful thing about it. So what I'd ask you to do is to do a wee bit of experimenting yourself, with someone that can give you a hand if necessary. Again, I just can't emphasize enough that you can really burn your hand by doing this, so ask for help. And if you have any questions or queries, give us a shout, and we'd love to see what you've done. And another couple of things that these stones can be used for is just for decoration around your house, or decoration for your garden, and it's just something to pass a wee bit of time as well. I think it's really nice. It's a nice way to spend a half an hour Sunday, and hopefully you enjoyed that. And if you did, let us know. All right, thank you very much, folks. See ya.